what's going on, guys? TrickzKamikaze here. The other day I did a video about Genos and his backstory, so today we're going to be doing the video about his weapons and abilities. If you want more of this, please leave a like on the video. It'll show me that you guys still want this. Also, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any more videos. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year, and I really appreciate it. So with that being said, let's get on to the video. Okay, first up is his immense strength. He can break the ground with a dropkick thanks to his cybernetic parts. During his battle with Deep Sea King, he was able to land a full punch on him, sending him flying through the wall of the safety shelter. And in his battle against Garo complimented him by telling him his strength rivaled Tank Top Master. Immense speed and reflexes. Genos is so fast that it almost looks like he's teleporting. He was able to keep up and surpass Sonic in the fight, and both of them were faster than sound. Genos has been shown to have a high endurance as well. He can continue fighting easily with just one arm and is able to stay conscious even after he used almost all the energy in his core. And due to him being metallic, it's assumed he has a high tolerance because he cannot feel pain. Next up is his cyborg modifications. Since his body is full of cybernetics, it has made him unable to swim. Thus, he needs special parts in order for him to be able to swim. Thanks to his doctor, he is able to eat regular food and his cybernetic body will turn it into biofuel to power his core. Next up is his core. This energy spear is what powers Genos' body. In arms mode, he can remove the spear and attach it to the hole in his arm to direct all the energy into his incineration cannons. Armor and replacement parts. Genos can lose his limbs or have his body torn apart, only for it to be returned perfectly back to him or even better than before. Cyborg legs. His legs are durable so he can move at high speeds. He later has rocket boosters installed which allows him to perform attacks such as Jet Drive Arrow. Next up is hypersensors. Genos' body contains hypersensors which allows him to scan the environment for enemies. But they can be confused if an opponent is super fast or if an enemy is so large such as Elder Centipede, it'll classify it as multiple enemies. Next up is Search Eye. Genos is capable of detecting heat signatures, analyzing speeds and levels of energy nearby. Instant Adhesive Gel, a tool that Genos uses for opponents that are much faster than him. It is extremely sticky and fast acting and allows him to finish the opponent off. Detachable body parts. During his fight with Garo, his hands are upgraded to be able to detach from his body with ease and are armed with rocket boosters to be controlled remotely. Next up is arm blades. Super sharp blades on Genos' arm that he has used to kill a number of low-ranking members of the Monster Association, and he's used it to blind Elder Centipede. Next up is boosters. The boosters located in his shoulder and elbows enable him amazing acceleration and limited flight. Next up is a little funny one that he doesn't really need to have, but it's great that he does have it, and that's armor for chores. Genos can change his arms into dedicated arms for chores. His right hand comes with a built-in vegetable peeler. Anti-Saitama arms. These arms are used when Genos did a sparring match with Saitama. These arms are black, containing much larger shoulders, forearms, and a fist that emits an orange glow. Okay, next up is Arms Mode. Arms Mode is a prototype weapon system. It takes the form of a suitcase when inactive. When using it, Genos presses a button on the handle and throws the suitcase in front of him. It then transforms into arms that attach to Genos' arms, making it thicker and has a color of black. So basically he has the Iron Man suitcase that he uses whenever he needs to turn into Iron Man. I actually wouldn't be too surprised if Genos was based on our lovable hero Iron Man. Okay, next up is one of his biggest upgrades in the series. And that is indeed, ladies and gentlemen, his G4 upgrade. After Genos defeats the robot G4, he upgrades himself with the parts of G4 that he managed to take. So this man is basically a character in a video game. He likes to collect the loot. And I mean, if the parts are just lying around, why not take it? This upgrade was so immense that it enhanced his speed and power. It made him faster than Sonic, and he was able to even cut off his hair. And I don't think anybody will ever forget that disrespectfulness, right? I mean, he cut off your ponytail. That's just about as disrespectful as it can get. Besides, anyway, in this upgrade, his arms are larger with 2 pieces of shoulder armor on top of one another, with holes in them to allow heat to come out. His hair also receives an upgrade. They are now shock and heat resistant. In this new form too, he also has his adhesive gel. Honestly, that's probably one of the more important abilities that he has in the series, because there are a lot of fast people in this series. I mean, just look at Flashy Flash. Okay, the next one is called Post Super Fight Arc Upgrade. And don't look at me, I do not make these names. After his body was destroyed by Goketsu, Genos gets his body rebuilt into a new version that increases his strength, so he's going a more offensive approach. With these new increases of strength, he was able to fight and keep up with Garo, who complimented him by saying that his strength now rivaled Tank Top Master. He also has a little side ability where he can use a net-like ability to trap opponents. So as y'all can see, this man Genos is basically equipped with everything. Dude really is the Iron Man of the One Punch Man universe. except the brains because he didn't develop all this himself. But I'm not done yet, I still have a good more to go, so let's go on to the next one. Next up is his upgrade after his fight with Elder Centipede and right before the Monster Association arc. After his fight with Elder Centipede, Genos gets another new form. This form is sharper and has more jacked arms than the previous forms. In this form, Genos can only go full power for about 10 seconds, any more and he will possibly give out and explode. And that's it for the anime and manga stuff, and next on is to the webcomic spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, please leave the video now. You have been warned. Next up is Incineration Cannon. Genos launches a concentrated beam of fire to melt opponents. Maximum Incineration Cannon. This is where he just uses more energy than the normal one, so just a more powerful Incineration Cannon. Okay, next up is Spiral Incineration Cannon. This is a version of the Spiral Incineration Cannon where Genos uses more energy by using the energy directly from his core. It was first used against Elder Centipede and it was capable of burning its insides, but it wasn't strong enough to permanently damage him. Self-destruct. If he stands absolutely no chance of winning, Genos will self-destruct by overheating his core and hopefully killing his opponent. He was going to do this against Mosquito Girl, but he stopped when he saw Saitama coming to save the day. Hopefully it never gets to that point where he does use it, or if he does use it, I wonder how powerful it would be. Because honestly, looking at self-destruct in anime, it doesn't really turn out too well for the people doing it. Not because they died, that's obvious, but because it really never does anything. It's not effective. And the enemy almost always survives, so Genos, please don't do this to us, bro. Next up is Gomu Gomu no Ga- Oh, sorry, wrong anime. Machine Gun Blows. Genos throws a barrage of punches. It was first used against Carnage Kabuto. Lightning Eye. Genos uses his eye to produce a blinding flash of light. He first used it against the Deep Sea King and it only happened in the anime. Hopefully in Season 3 we get more abilities that's only in the anime. Boost Attack. After he uses his left arm for jet propulsion in the opposite direction, Genos moves towards his opponent and hits them with a strong kick from his left leg. Rocket Punch. Genos' forearm is retractable due to the cable connected to his elbow. Once he uses it, the arm launches towards the opponent with great power and retracts back to Genos once it's used. High Voltage Fist. Genos chokes his opponent with a powerful electric hand that shocks them. And I know some of you girls or even boys out there are happy about that cause y'all into some freaky stuff. And hey, I don't judge, you like what you like. Okay, this got way off topic. Rocket Stomp. Genos jumps above his opponent and propels himself downwards with his rocket boosters to stomp himself into the ground. Dual Blade Rush. Genos jumps into the air while equipping both arm blades and rushes towards the opponent with his rocket boosters and proceeds to stab them repeatedly. It was first used against Elder Centipede. Jet Drive Arrow. Genos uses the rocket boosters on his shoulders and legs at full power to deliver a powerful kick. It is strong enough to break one of Elder Centipede's teeth and completely destroy G5's true form. Okay, for the last one is arm lasers. Beam emitters implemented into his arms and shoulders. They seemingly bend and arc similar to G4. So as you can see, our boy Genos has had lots and lots of upgrades. He also has a lot of abilities that he can use in everyday life and fights with enemies. But like I said in the beginning of the video, if you enjoyed the series, please leave a like on it. It'll show that you guys really want more of this. Hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss any videos. And if you want to keep up with me, my socials will be in the description below. So without further ado, I will see you guys later.